does have a lot less time to work out because she's a mother now.
2 years after cheating on me, I find that he's now talking to some other lady on a computer. And
Hello, my lovelies. My name is Lecka, and today we are going to be continuing Melissa's story in 600-pound life. Last time we saw Melissa, she was over 600 pounds. She got her bariatric surgery and has been doing an excellent job at losing weight, and we are going to continue to watch her weight loss journey here in part 2. If you guys missed part 1, icon will be in the top right-hand corner for you to go back and watch, but without further ado, let's go ahead and pop on into the video. Current weight, 302 pounds. Weight loss and surgery, 351 pounds. That is significant.
this picture is amazing. I don't even look like the same person.
Wow.
My face looks different. My body looks different.
She looks so much smaller.
Wow.
Melissa weighed 653 pounds before her bypass surgery 2 years ago, and she now weighs 302
My
pounds.
waist size went from a 13 and a half to a 10 and a half. And then my arms, of course, you can
Wow.
see all that. But I can finally.
That was a weird clip of her husband just holding a stress ball. The fact that her fingers have gotten less big and she can wear smaller rings now, that's so big. Melissa's been approved for a second skin removal surgery, probably get rid of the bat wings on her arms.
I know.
Renaissance Hospital. I wonder how much weight she's going to lose simply in skin, in excess skin that she's had from her weight loss.
I'm just not for some odd reason. Last time I cried like a big baby. I'm just not worried this time.
Good, so because she's
I'm
been through it
excited
before,
for it to
she
finally
knows the
happen.
routine, she knows what's up. I'm gonna guess
To
if
me,
they're
the
getting rid of
satin
just arm
skin and the
skin,
roll
it's
looks
probably not gonna be
almost
very
as
much. Oh, they're also
bad
doing
as
ass
the
skin.
skin filled up with fat. All my life I've been fat. All my life.
Okay, so they're gonna be doing back, ass,
For one time in my life, I'd like to be normal.
and arms. Maybe legs too? Okay, so definitely her hips. Like, she has a bunch of excess skin on her hips. Wow, I definitely can't show that. That is bloody as shit. But very, very cool. Wow, they took a significant chunk. It was a literal huge chunks of her skin that they just fucking cut out and then stitched back up tight together. They didn't even tell us how much she lost in skin! I feel robbed! Dumb. I want to know. I want to know how
The
much
thing about my family
skin.
is we've always had to take
Holy
care of
shit, she's
somebody.
bruised.
I think it's from when my dad got hurt.
Wow.
1981, he got electrocuted, he lost a hand, got burned about 30-40% of his body.
Burns are no fun.
And then I met Melissa, and then I ended up taking care of her. I had actually resigned myself to the fact that I probably was going to take care of her and then I was going to have to bury her. I thought about it every
Aw.
day, that I'd come home and find her dead, laying in the bed, sitting in a chair because her body gave out.
Now she's
So this is the first time
285!
you've been under 300 for a while, huh?
As long as I can remember.
Whoa, so she was like over 300, so she lost over 20 pounds of skin from that surgery. Thanks, everybody. But imagine that for a second. She lost over 20 pounds of pure skin. She was walking around with extra arm one, extra ass skin, extra hip skin that they were able to get off as well because they took off like significant chunks of her side here. There was a bunch of just excess skin, not rounded out like a hip, but just hanging. So they basically cut off all the excess hanging skin on both of her hips. And they also gave her basically an ass lift as well because they took the skin that was on her butt, right? They took her skin over here and they removed a huge chunk. I'm talking like, no exaggeration, they took a huge swatch of her ass back skin and then completely removed it and then took the skin from her butt and lifted it up and then stapled it together. So she got a back butt lift combo in addition to a huge chunk of skin removal. It was essentially a lower body lift from the amount of scarring that it was. Obviously, it was still skin removal, but it was a lot of skin. No wonder it was over 20 pounds of skin they removed because they took out a ton of skin off of her body.
I can't wait to see what I look like. First, I was disappointed it was only 30 pounds, but I'm
Oh, it was
satisfied
30
with the surgery.
pounds!
I
They
think
took
you
away
did a good job.
30 pounds of skin, not just over
Much
20,
like me.
30. Holy shit, and she wasn't happy with that?
Surprisingly,
How about you cease this bitch crying?
I thought it'd be a little more pain. It'd be nice to let me through the hall. I don't want to be teeny tiny. I want to have a little bit of butt and a little bit of boobs. But you know, I'm just this close to 100 now. I'm only 86 pounds from being down to 199.
Good
That's
for
a
her,
really
getting
huge
into
milestone.
Wonderland. I remember when I got into Wonderland, it was a big deal for me. 4 weeks after leaving the hospital, Melissa starts to push through. In an effort to lose weight faster, she has barely been eating and has been walking more than she is allowed. Oh, so she is trying
I've been
to...
hooked up to this thing now, what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
My first week, it's can I go home, can I go home, can I go home? My third week,
Woo.
it was, okay, I'll stay until you think I'm better.
Without a proper diet, Melissa's body was not able to heal. Yeah, because she was trying to push herself too soon.
To diet and lose more weight. She didn't eat, she didn't drink, and she became malnourished.
I wasn't eating. Like 3 bites off of a chicken leg would be a meal for me. I thought I was doing good because I was losing like 6 pounds a week.
On June 16th, she's fainted, and I'm gonna have to call 911. So I'm like, wake up, what are you doing? I'm like, Melissa.
Hello. How y'all
Yeah,
doing?
of course that's gonna happen when you're malnourished because you're not eating protein shakes. Even if you don't feel like eating, at the very least, you can drink a protein shake. It's gonna have a good amount of calories, it's gonna have a good amount of nutrition.
Melissa
What are they
has
doing?
pushed her body up to the limit. She's done some damage that is going to take some time to heal. How much longer Melissa can expect to stay in the hospital is uncertain.
Huh. 1 month later, Melissa is still in the hospital! Oh
I
shit.
want to go home today. Not tomorrow afternoon, not tomorrow evening. All I do all day long is sleep. And I hate to sleep because it reminds me of before. Because before, that's all I did was sleep all day long. And now I'm back to that.
So she hates feeling
I
like
see her
she's
upset.
relapsing essentially back into her
ready
fat
for life
ways.
to get back to normal.
I'm very upset. It's getting bad. I mean, it's getting mentally bad.
I mean, I feel for her, but she also did this to herself. You have to be realistic about the... This program contains surgeries. Thanks! I'm sure Nitro's already had a fucking field day editing what we've seen so far. Thank you for that disclaimer, show. 2 months after returning to the hospital, Melissa is still waiting to be released. Her wounds have not healed, partly due to how she's been walking. Oh, shit.
Melissa is
So her
still walking
wounds
like
are
she's
still open and
650
at a
pounds.
risk for infection.
So they
2
suture pulled
months
through
after
and
surgery?
some part of incision fell apart. All right, Melissa, you're gonna change your bandages today. With walking, she just essentially walked with a swing. She tore up the incision.
She still sees herself as a 600-pound woman.
She
She
tore her
would turn sideways to
incisions?
go in
Oh,
the
that had to be so
bathroom or go into
painful
the
too.
bedroom. When I watch her walk, she would move.
Wow, that is a
swinging
huge
her
scar on
body
her
like
body
she was still
from
doing
the
all that weight. And she's like, I can't
skin.
shake that fat person complex.
You know, I spent most of the last 10 years being depressed and sad and in a cage, it felt like.
Yeah.
And to go back to being negative and sad is just going to put me back where I don't want to be.
I don't
So,
think she regrets having
I mean,
surgery,
as long as her
skin's got
wounds can
better.
heal,
I
as long as her
think that
scars can
this
heal, then
incident, he
she'll
said
be
that.
okay. She needs to take her aftercare seriously, or she will not leave the hospital like she wants to. 1 week later, her family stayed to visit, and from the last episode, we know family is super important to her. Melissa's family has come over from Ohio to visit her. Good. She could use that more support right now.
Mom, I didn't lie to you. I'm not doing very good. And I said, what do you mean? She said, Mom, I'm tired. I'm done. I'm done. Or I'm not going to the doctor no more. I'm done. I said, you cannot be done.
She was ready to give up. She was hurting so bad. And I haven't heard my sister want to give up on anything since she's had the surgery.
Everybody out there was praying and worrying about you.
Today, she's got her will back. She's back to the happy Melissa that I remember back way before she ever gained this weight.
Oh, good.
Oh, it's hard.
It's having a family there just for a morale boost, best friends, your chosen family, whatever, can be such a big motivator because it reminds you that you're not in it alone. After almost 3 months in the hospital, Melissa has started healing and is released to go home. Good for her! I know this was like probably 20 years ago or 10 years ago, whenever this was recorded, but I'm still excited for her! Good for Melissa. Oh, she's gonna be so happy to go home.
I needed to be home with my family. I just needed my family.
Really, really ready
Yes.
to be home.
But don't overdo it this time.
Always drove back to Ohio.
That's how you got in the
We only
hospital in the
traveled
first
at night,
place. Not
so
eating, becoming
I was
malnourished,
embarrassed
and
of myself.
exercising
I
far
give him
too
the
much to
option all the
prevent your
time
wounds
of,
from being
You don't have
rested
to
and
do
allowed
this.
to
I know
heal.
it was hard on him.
The word quit for me, as far as Melissa goes, as far as taking care of her, I don't know the meaning of the word.
But you have to admit, we
But-
had a hard
Well,
time.
I'm not gonna say it hasn't
When
been.
you-
all
when he
mutual
was
friends.
in school,
And
we
they
would
don't
talk
exactly
about
have a
it.
great marriage.
Be honest about
Why
it.
did you bring that up?
It's the truth.
I mean, why would you-
Why would you not say
Why would
it?
you even bring
It
it?
was in the middle of me being the weight I was at.
Yeah, it was, okay? And I regret it.
I mean, you never went through with it, but you thought about it.
Nothing ever happened, and I really wish you wouldn't have brought that up.
Wait, did they say, because he was like, I really wish you wouldn't have brought that up. Was she saying that he was thinking of divorcing her because she was no longer fucking dependent on him being her caretaker? He was so taken back by the fact that she's an independent woman who's choosing to be with him rather than being forced to be with him because of a situation, that he's like, oh my god, she's choosing to be with me, which should be more valuable than being forced to be with somebody. Oh, and it's not by forcible, not choice. Ah, we must divorce. I need to go back and hear what the fuck she said. Was it divorce?
When he was in school, he used to talk to other women.
That was the sound of a fucking divorce!
When he was in school, he talked about moving on. So, yes, I'm going to assume that that meant divorce. So, and he didn't want to talk about it on camera. Woo!
Most people think she looks like
Drama.
Hello, beautiful.
And they don't have a good marriage. They really don't.
Poor baby.
I don't think that they should be
baby?
together.
Don't
That's
cry.
my opinion looking out on the outside in anyway. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But
It's
she gets to
always
be back
a big deal
home.
to
Her
be back
family
home.
gets to be
It was
there.
everything I
It's gotta
needed.
be so nice.
My family is my source of strength.
Aw.
It's exciting for them because they couldn't believe how thin I was.
Why are you looking at me like I'm weird?
Because you don't look like yourself.
How you feeling?
I'm alright. Just a little sore, but I'm alright.
That was hard for them to see.
Look at all of
Changes
her
happen.
drains.
Every
Like,
time I had open wounds
she's healing
that
well.
needed to
Those
be taken
drains
care
had
of.
almost
This
no
one's been
fluid
the
in them at
hardest
all, which
surgery,
means that she's
but
not
would I
producing
change my
a
mind
bunch
and not do it
of
again?
excess
I
fluid
do it
because
every
her body's
time.
trying to heal the source because it's already getting used to healing. That's a
wish
good
I was
sign that
getting
there's not a
women
lot of fluid in her
drunk
drains.
all this.
Once I went home and see my family and everybody's reaction to
Lay's.
the
We
size
can't
I
show
was,
the Lay's
it was
potato
really
chips.
encouraging.
We'll show the
But
iconic
when
bag
things
and the
got
ribbon and
normal,
the logo,
that's
but
when
we'll
it got
we'll
easier.
we'll
To get
blur
into,
the
"Oh, I'm
fucking
hungry, I need to eat something."
words. No one will know. I hate it
Just
here.
a little.
That's little.
That's not a little. And I said a little bowl. They wasted this.
I could easily be right back up there where I was. And I'm determined to keep it in check.
All right, it's good to understand proper portion sizes, but to not overdo it to the point that you're starving yourself and becoming malnourished, because then she'll just end up in the exact same spot she was before.
I don't ever.
431 pounds since
I
surgery
literally
lost.
don't remember
Holy
ever
shit,
being
Melissa,
220.
you're doing
Oh, my clothes are
amazing.
too big, even
She's
my
at
smallest
231.
pants are
She's
too
so
big.
close to Wonderland.
Now it's not even about the number anymore.
Oh, her
It's life
panties are
after.
cute. They got little hearts on them.
I'm doing really good. I feel good. First goal is a job. Second goal is getting pregnant. That is so my goal.
Aw, she wants a job and to be pregnant. Let's go.
Take that scarred and close that. Almost healed up all your incision. You're doing good.
That's an interesting divot in her back. Probably because she
I
tore
really
it open
thought the
so
surgery
many
was just gonna
times
be
it
like a
wasn't able to
magic
heal
pill.
properly,
I
and
thought I was
that's
gonna have
why
surgery,
there's
it
a
was gonna fall
huge
off, it's all
canyon
gonna
in
be
it.
hunky dory. It's gonna be this happy, wonderful, go-lucky person. I got a little room in here.
Oh, she's gonna need
Surgery's
more
not gonna give you
clothes
happiness.
soon. I know that's
You'll see
something
the
I'm
happiness
waiting
from
for.
yourself.
I don't want to buy transitional clothes because they're only going to last me a few weeks or a month or so, and
I
then I'm
knew what a
going
blessing
to not
this
fit
surgery
into
was.
those either. So I'm just
I
going to
had
wear
respect
baggy
for it.
shit that doesn't really fit me
I wanted to make
until
sure that other people out there like me had the same
I hit my
opportunity
goal
I
weight,
had.
and then I'll get new clothes. Like pants at least. Not really shirts, but mostly pants. Current weight 180 pounds! 473 pounds. She
You're
not
not gonna have
only
the surgery and
fucking
you're gonna
hit
have the skinny
Wonderland,
tomorrow.
she
It's not
went
gonna happen
beyond it.
It's hard to do it on your own. I would hit like ups and downs,
She's so
but looking
thin.
back on it now, all worth it. Every bit of it.
Oh my god, Melissa's bypass surgeon has hired her to be a patient liaison! She got the
I knew right
job!
away that I
She
wanted
got
to
a
work
job
for
like she
I knew I
wanted.
wanted to change people's lives.
This is Billy Melissa. I'm Barbara, Billy Small.
Amazing.
Nice to meet you. I was 653 pounds. This is actually 2 days before surgery.
Wow.
Only 18. You have a whole life ahead of you.
She
You
can
look at
be
everything
a
other
motivational
patients.
source and excellent liaison because she knows exactly what it's like to go through it, so she can
I spoke to them about their
empathize with
surgery
others that are
before
going
and
through the
after.
bypass
Your pouch is
experience as
this
well.
big, and you stick this much lettuce in it, then you only have that much room for protein. I wake up every day knowing I love my job. Congratulations. I truly believe this all
For
was meant to be.
her! The bariatric
Hi,
unit.
my name is Melissa Morris. Dr. Nowzaradan did my surgery. This is my before picture.
Melissa is leading her first support group to help patients considering
Grocery
bypass
shopping took
surgery.
you a half an hour before surgery. It's going to take you an hour after surgery because you need to read the label. You're going to have a lot of problems if you keep thinking we can't have. You've got to turn that switch in your mind. This is my skirt. 4 yards of material. There is not one piece of chicken, not one potato chip that feels as good as this does.
Damn, good for her. She could literally
I
fit
can't believe
4
now
people in
I'm
that
doing
skirt.
what I do. I get this natural high. I can feel it right here on my chest, and it just, I mean, I can't
believe how blessed I am.
And she has
2.5
such
years ago, I would never thought she'd be doing
a
this.
great aura and
It's just like,
confidence about
wow.
her as well.
I feel
Amazing
excited. If
speaker.
my feet didn't hurt, I'd want to do something.
This is a
Had
fantastic,
a whole lot of
fantastic
changes in
job
just
for her.
a little short time frame. See you later. I mean, one day we just kind of both looked up and was like, God, you're just super thin.
3 months later, what's she at now? 150?
42. Watch this happen. Zip the zipper first. This beautiful dress is my prom dress. It's a little big. When I look at myself in the mirror, I'm surprised. because I
Wow,
can't
and even her
believe how
prom
thin
dress
I
from
am.
high school is
I've
big
never
on her
been
now.
this size.
And remember,
Never
Melissa
in
was
my
big her
life.
entire life. She's never
I'm
been
really
thin.
okay
This is the
with
first time
thin
she's ever been
clothing.
thin.
It's outer clothing that bothers me. Like, this bothers me.
I mean, it's a
All
lot of
this,
excess
and then
tummy skin. She
lots-
still has the bat wings on her arms. I mean, I have some bat wings
Mentally, I'm
too.
going through a
from my
stage
weight
where
loss.
Now I finally have everything I wanted. So why don't I feel like I have everything I wanted?
But I don't have enough. Oh, she is almost 150. Good for
The
her.
part of me
157.
still is afraid of getting fat. I'm terrified of gaining weight. I'm terrified of being fat again. I know it's stupid, and I know everybody sees me as skinny, but I remember being fat.
Well, of course, it was such a big part of her entire life. She's saying that she's scared of being fat. She's always going to think of herself as the fat girl because she never knew what life was like before she was fat. Now that she's been shown how much better, how much more sustainable, how much happier she can be in her life, she is terrified of losing that. I can relate to that not just on a weight loss level. I was never 600 pounds. So I cannot completely understand what that was like for her because I was never that fat. The fattest I've ever been in my life was 220 pounds. And that's when I knew that I had a problem. I hated the way I looked and I really needed to lose weight. I'm now at 179, which is awesome. I finally broke 180. I've lost 40 pounds since I started losing weight. And I am hoping to get to my goal of 135. That's where I want to be, which means I have 45 more pounds to lose. So I know about the struggles of having the excess skin, obviously not to the extreme degree that she has. I likely won't require surgery to remove my excess skin if I want to do something about my bat wings that you can see are like right here. I don't have a lot of excess skin. It's mostly like just from here to here that you guys can see that's kind of like excess flappy skin. And for that, I mean, I could probably just do cool sculpting or something to tighten the skin up a little bit. I'm really not too worried about it. It doesn't bother me that much. As I lose 45 more pounds, it may extend a little bit more and get flabbier because I've lost more weight, so there's even more skin to hang off of my arms. But I don't carry my weight in my arms mostly. For me, it's in my thighs and in my stomach. I've lost a significant amount of weight in my stomach, which is great, but as far as my legs go, my thighs still rub together when I walk. So that's something I'm very excited for, is to eventually get to the point where I can walk and my thighs won't rub together and chafe, so I can wear shorter shorts in the summer. Hopefully by this time next summer, when the next one comes around, I'll be at or near my goal weight so I can get the cute short shorts and actually not have my thighs rub together to chafe and cause me friction and pain, physical pain when I walk. And those of you guys who also have thighs that rub together completely understand what I'm talking about. That is my goal. I don't give a shit about thigh gap and all this other stuff. I just don't want my thighs to rub together so I can wear whatever shorts I want and not worry about chafing. That's what I want. And I will feel much more comfortable and confident in myself when I'm actually able to reach that goal. So for Melissa, who is terrified that she is going to go back to being the 600-pound fat girl that she was before, she is always going to think, oh, am I eating too much? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? Because she knows how good it is to live the life she has now, that she does not, for any reason in the entire world, ever want to go back to the way it was before. I get that too. I don't ever want to go back to 220. I want to, for the rest of my life, maintain a healthy weight of about 135 pounds. And do everything I can to stay healthy and stay active and do what I need to nutritionally to take care of myself and all these other things. The thing is, she has such a phobia of going back to being fat, even though she's lost over 400 pounds. She's gotten into Wonderland heading 199 or below, which she thought she would never be able to do in her entire life. She's already reached that huge milestone, and yet she still doesn't think it's enough. It's because she has this immense fear about it that she really needs to talk to a psychiatrist or a therapist about it, because it's something that, as deeply affected her behavior, and I don't want it to develop into an eating disorder, because the thing is, when you start to think that way, you say, I will do anything in order not to go back. And that's when you essentially grow a disordered relationship with food, whether that's anorexia, bulimia, binge eating, any of those things. I've had eating disorders in the past. I know how much they suck. I used to be a binge eater where I would starve myself for several days, and then I would gorge on a day because I was so hungry I couldn't do it anymore. And then I would feel completely guilty and horrible, and then starve myself for days on end again, and the cycle would just continue. And it was horrible. Awful. I have spent years redefining my relationship with food, and I'm happy to say I have a much better, healthier relationship with food now. I can just see in the way that she's thinking, because I've had the same thought of like, oh my god, what if I get fat? Oh my god, what if I do this? I need to be thin, I need to do this. Then that kind of behavior starts to happen, and I really don't want her to get an eating disorder. I don't. Oh, her nails are cute. Also, completely unrelated, but this haircut does nothing for her. She might maybe do it because it's easier to take care of and she doesn't have to think about it, so maybe like she just really doesn't want to give much attention to her hair, but it's just not very flattering. The length isn't flattering on her face. It would look much cuter if she had at least shoulder length hair, because then she could put some waves in it, because it looks like her hair is really straight, and especially with how much weight she's lost and how beautiful her, like, look at that amazing jawline she has. Fucking Adonis who? She has a gorgeous jawline and facial frame structure, and having some hair that would fall down to kind of frame and highlight that so that you can see, and it would bring attention to her amazing jawline by framing her face, would look so much better than the short one that she has now, in my opinion.
Your body mass need to increase. Make sure that you stick with the protein.
Okay. Yep. Protein, protein, protein. Again, I need protein, chicks. One of you amazing people, the Ignored Gender, if you're watching this, shout out to you, my dude, was suggesting Rule 1, I believe it was. Never heard of it before. I've really only seen like the premiere protein shakes. I'm gonna have to look into that one, because they said that it tastes like marshmallows if you combine it with milk.
Before, somebody to take care of me all the time.
And anything that tastes exactly like marshmallows but is good for me, I am 100% on board for.
Started out like any other relationship does. At some point, I became her caretaker.
Caretaker's that what you thought you were?
That's what I was.
And now they're not. He needs to lose weight too.
I think it's time for you to start to seriously consider salad.
I'm surprised that he hasn't lost any weight alongside her in her own weight loss. Normally, when one partner sees the other one losing weight, they put in an effort to lose weight along with them because they see the positive changes and they want that for themselves too. So it's a little weird that he's just stayed fat, and she has made significant progress in losing as much weight as she has.
I'm a person who needs to be talked to. The love now has just been recent.
Now our role is a husband and wife, a real husband and wife.
Oh, well, they've had a really shitty relationship throughout this show. But if they're working on it and they're happy, that's what matters.
There was something I wanted even more than weight.
I still don't think they should be together and that Melissa deserves better, but here we are. Year 5. Current weight, 192. 461. She gained weight?
Chris and I've been trying to get pregnant for
12 years.
12 years.
That's why she gained weight, because she's pregnant!
Took a pregnancy test and it came back positive.
And she is pregnant.
I'm so excited I can barely stand myself.
Good for her!
I feel so blessed.
Does the gestation sac like you?
I would have never got pregnant. If I hadn't had the bypass surgery and lost weight, I would have never gotten. And if I had gotten pregnant, I would never be able to carry it.
So maybe in another 3 weeks we can see the heartbeat. Yes,
oh, good for her! I know that that's something that she really wanted. It reminds me of Amy in 600 Pound Life. I'm sorry, in 1,000 Pound Sisters that we're watching here on the channel too, which again, if you guys want to see that, I comment on top right hand corner. But
I don't know if it's twins or not. They weren't big enough.
It reminds me of her because Amy also really, really wants to be a mother, and that's a huge motivator for her weight loss, is that she wants a child. So Melissa wanted to be a mother and finally getting to have what she's always wanted, which is a baby. I love that for her.
It's just one.
I never want to be fucking pregnant. Screw that shit. My life is with me and me alone. But babies and children are absolutely amazing. If I ever did have children, it would be from adoption. I would never, ever physically be pregnant. I have too many fucking health issues to possibly put that onto another living, breathing thing. And plus, there's 1 million plus children in the world who are amazing that already exist that could use a family. And I would be happy to be that for them. D&C is a surgical procedure used to end pregnancies when the baby is no longer living.
Like my whole world was falling apart.
The fact that we've been trying for so long and then just to have it taken away. It was like,
Oh my God, she miscarried.
Punch me in the gut.
It's just not what I want to be doing.
Oh no!
No, not really.
You're gonna do all right.
Oh, her baby died.
No, there's not going to be one. Okay. That's all I need to hear
Oh,
from you.
her baby died inside
It's the
her.
hardest thing I've ever did in my life.
She finally, that had to be world breaking. She finally got pregnant and it was so far along. So what happened with that, with the D&C that they were talking about, if you guys think of miscarriages, normally you think of you go to the bathroom, you're early on in your pregnancy, and suddenly you just bleed a fuck ton for no reason, and it's coagulated, and it's because the fetus is basically fallen out. It's rejected. It's come out of your body. It's no longer in your womb anymore because it's miscarried. That's what people think of most of the time, because usually when you miscarry, it's so early on in your pregnancy that your body can expel the dead fetus. However, in situations like Melissa's, you can get so far along in your pregnancy, or perhaps the baby had an abnormality that made it larger than usual at that development stage in its cycle. It's not able to get rejected out by your body because it's too large and or too far along. So your body can't expel it on its own, and it's dead. It's not alive, like she was saying, there's 100% no heartbeat, it's a dead fetus. Because it can't get out of her body on its own, she had to have a D&C surgery in order to get the dead fetus out of her body, because you can't let something dead sit inside of you, especially if your body can't get rid of it on its own. The fact that she had to go through that, knowing that she's carrying this child that is supposed to be alive, the happiest thing in her life, what she's been working towards forever, and that it's dead inside of her, and she has to have surgery to remove it and let it go, this thing that she's wanted her entire life. The amount of sheer sorrow and grief and loss and disappointment and bitterness she must feel is wild, and I have so much empathy for her. My heart goes out to her. That has to be such a hard thing for her to go through. Miscarriages are never easy for anyone, but to have, especially the situation Melissa is in, when this was her first pregnancy ever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so hard.
Please, can we just get in the car?
I really hope she's able to have another pregnancy. But why? Why did the baby miscarry? Was there a reason? Was it because her anatomy didn't allow the child to fully develop? Was it just random?
You've got to be patient, okay?
Random chance? Well, of course she's grieving. She's grieving the loss of her child that died.
I was going through this loss, and I
Let her
thought I was
be.
doing it alone.
Let her grieve.
When you
Let
want
her
something
grieve.
so bad, so bad.
Let her yell. Let her scream. Let
It's
her
like the worst
cry.
hurt
Let
you
her
ever can imagine.
bang on pillows. Let her get her emotions
hard.
out. She is grieving the loss of a child she couldn't have. But that doesn't mean every child will be that way.
I want a two-piece, but not no teensy-beensy two-piece. I want a full
5 months
two-piece,
later,
everything.
Melissa has been suffering from depression since losing her baby. Obviously, a friend has invited Melissa to the beach to cheer her up.
So,
She
the
needs
doctor said I could still
therapy
get
is what
pregnant,
she needs.
And then we tried really hard. For a
Also,
good solid
also
3
look at her
months.
hair. Look at Melissa's hair. I don't know if that's a hair piece. It might be, with the way that it's styled, with how straight her hair has been up to this point and how styled this is. It might be like a ponytail extender. It's basically the exact same color with the highlights and lowlights that her regular hair is, so it very well could be hers. She put it in a ponytail and then styled it. This looks so much prettier on her. 5 months later, she probably just let her hair grow out, maybe as a result of the depression. She just didn't go and get her hair cut, but it looks so much prettier on her, even tied up in a ponytail. Just seeing that she has like the amazing jawline that she does and the beautiful like waft of hair that is coming down and cascading down her shoulders is so much prettier than just having the short hair that she did. Sometimes pixie cuts, bald, shaved heads look great on people. I've been shaved myself, all right? Like, I loved it. And then I got sad because I couldn't have hair to dye vivid colors, so I was like, shit, I need to grow my hair out, because if I want to have vivid colored hair, I can't have a shaved head. But if I could have my shaved head be colored and not only last for 2 weeks, because the hair is so short that, of course, the dye is going to come out rather quickly, I'd probably still be shaved, honestly, because I loved having a shaved head. In order to have the colors that I want, I needed to have it longer. But for her, I digress. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is sometimes shaved hair, no hair, short hair looks good on people. For her, longer hair is a better option.
Maybe 4.
They're in like a Ross
Then we
or
start
a like
trying
pay
to-
less kind of place.
How about this one? Don't I have the body for that? Don't you think the wrinkles look cute in it? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of 1 piece. I want 2 pieces.
Yeah, gotta show off that body.
It's just not as fun as I thought it was going to be.
Not as fun as I thought it was going to be, but it's good to get out. It's good to get out of the house, because if you're constantly in the house, constantly in your own head, constantly thinking about what could have been and what you've lost, you will always stay in the past and you will never be able to move on from it. You don't, it's not about forgetting what happened, it's about accepting that it's out of your control and moving forward with that memory and lesson always in your heart.
Almost hoping I was going to die. Chris was talking
God,
to
she
another
was
lady,
so big.
setting up this plan to meet, to have sex. I should have never let myself get that big. Chris, for years now, has been talking to women on the internet, talking to them on the phone, exchanging emails, photos, I don't know how much more. I would really, really rather Chris come to me and say I want something else than to stay cheating on me. Why do that? Why do that? Why stay into it? Why not just say, I can't be in this relationship with you anymore?
Murder him. Fucking find where he lives and shove a rusty spoon down his goddamn motherfucking cheating, slimy, snake-ass throat! Oh my god! So I knew I didn't fucking like him. I knew I didn't like him. He was an asshole. And oh my god, Melissa, on top of losing her fucking child, now has fucking found out that her husband, her deadbeat ex-husband now at this point, has been cheating on her since she started her weight loss journey. She's been cheated on for fucking years now, because this is the 5th year that we've been following Melissa's story. So he was so fucking fragile in his masculinity that he's like, oh, she's losing weight, she's becoming independent, oh my god. Instead of just leaving this relationship and admitting that I'm a loser, let me lead her on, cheat on her, talk to other women online, sext with other women online, and meet up and try and organize having sex with other women while still staying in a relationship and leading Melissa on.
You're a loser.
Absolutely not. Melissa deserved better than you from the fucking beginning. Red flags were always popping up. I was trying to be positive. That it was like, oh, they're working on their relationship. It looks a little better. Like, okay, I don't like him, but if it's for her, whatever. I knew I didn't like him for a fucking reason. That slimy son of a bitch. I have been cheated on many times in my life, especially my first husband, my ex-husband. He was a complete cunt and terrible. So not only was he a porn addict, but also he literally brought his girlfriend he was cheating on me with actively home and moved her into our house while I was still living there and was fucking her regularly while I was still living there. Talk about terrible, awkward, and horrifying. At the very least, I would hope that he went out to go have sex with other people. Not that that makes it any better, but at least at that point, he wouldn't be introducing the possibility of her walking in and having that traumatic moment of catching the person you love being a fucking degenerate, cheating asshole with someone else. I walked in on my ex-husband having sex with his girlfriend he was cheating on me with, and when I came home early from college one day when he didn't expect me to be there, I knew he was already cheating on me. But to physically come home, open the door, and see them with my own 2 eyes having sex on my bed, that is just a whole nother level of fucked up. She has gone through so much with her baby loss and everything else. This was the last thing she needed. Not only is she depressed from losing her fucking kid, but she also found out that her husband that she loved is cheating on her. Melissa! Oh, you poor bitch.
Hope when my world turned upside down. You never know what life's gonna bring.
Oh. Year 6. Okay, so year 5 was horrible. She's at 206, so she's gained more weight. She's out of Wonderland.
I'm very afraid about it.
Why are you with him?
I want this so bad.
Why are you still with him? No! No! Melissa recently took another pregnancy test that turned out positive.
My concerns and my worries.
I swear to God. I do not give a shit how much you think you love him, Melissa. He is not fucking worth it. He only wants to be with you because it's convenient for him, because it's something he's used to, because it's something he's been doing for 6+ years now. Not because he actually loves you, because I'm already here, so I might as well just stay with you. The fact that he has been having sex with other women behind your back, sexting other women behind your back, fucking doing everything to screw you over. He does not deserve you. I understand. I get it. She is in an extremely low point in her life. And she probably feels like if she's not with him, she won't get anyone else. I would imagine, especially in the midst of her depression, especially with the baby loss and everything, that she's like, if I can just hold on to Chris and get pregnant, my life will be better. I'll have a husband, I'll have a baby, and my life will be perfect. That's all she can think about, but it's not real. It's not real, it's delusional. Because she is so desperate for a child and a loving husband that she doesn't care if neither of those are the best choices for her right now, because the person she's chosen to be her husband is a piece of shit! Oh my god, I'm so heated. As somebody who has been cheated on in almost every single one of my relationships, especially my first marriage.
I'm getting angry just thinking about it!
That fucking fires me up. It just shows that this man, Chris, is a fucking predatory piece of shit, because he is taking advantage of the fact that Melissa is in one of the lowest points of her entire life right now, and is manipulating her emotionally to fucking be like, oh, I'll be here for you. Our child next time will come together. I know how much you want our child to work out. And he's using that to play on her emotions in order to stay in a relationship with her. It's so manipulative and shitty, and I want to see him shot.
Gonna do the same thing as last time. No heartbeat or something wrong.
Also, her hair is short, so that ponytail we saw on the thing was definitely a hairpiece. Because she still does have her short hair. It was a really cute ponytail hairpiece, though.
Oh, that's actually 206. 206.
Okay, so she's at about 206 right now. Which she's trying to be pregnant, so...
There's the heartbeat.
Okay, so she's pregnant again, fortunately, with fucking Chris's child. Now she's gonna be stuck to Chris forever. Like, he's a piece of shit and she should dump him immediately, but now she's genetically related to him through a baby. I know that's not the end of the world, and that sometimes you have an amazing child with a deadbeat fucking other half.
A bit of food in your stomach every hour or two.
Let me show you my original, which was 3 days before my bypass. I
just wanted her to be, I wanted her to be pregnant with somebody that loves her for who she is and will treat her like the goddess she deserves.
But I understand the stress that you can get in your mind. So we'll try that first, and then if that doesn't work, you can call us.
I'm so frustrated. 7 months later, so she's towards the end of her pregnancy now. I'm assuming they're doing a baby shower, probably. At 30 weeks pregnant, Melissa's family is throwing her a baby shower, so she's kept the baby this time. And she's growing her hair out. It's almost to her shoulders. Cute. It takes a long time to grow out your hair. The length I have right now has been after I've been growing it out actively for almost 2 years. I started growing it out at the end of 2022, beginning of 2023. So I've had all of 2023 and then I guess 8 months, almost 9 months now into 2024, so it's almost 2 years of growth. It takes a long time to grow your hair from short to long, so it's not like she can just have that happen. So in 7 months, and going from like up above her ears to her shoulders is very impressive, because it's just a little past my shoulders now after almost 2 years. So her hair grows
I
fast.
can say that I'm heavier now than I want to be, and it's because I know exactly what I'm doing wrong. I know exactly what habits I shouldn't be doing.
Well, it's because also you're pregnant. Now, you can't use pregnancy as an excuse to gorge yourself. You still need to hold yourself accountable.
She was so much
But
more alive when she was thinner. So I'm hoping
your
she goes
body
back
will
to
gain
that,
weight and you
and
will be
all
larger
three
during your
can
pregnancy.
live a
That's just
healthy
how it
life.
is. It's just a matter of
Every day. I'm afraid something's gonna
knowing
happen.
what's
Every day
realistic
I'm
and not
afraid I'm
allowing
gonna have
yourself
it.
to
I'm
have an
gonna
excuse
gain
of,
weight.
oh, I'll
I'm
just
gonna
eat
gain
the
too
whole
much
cake.
weight and
Well, I
not be
don't give
able
a
to
shit.
lose
I'm
it.
pregnant. It's what the baby wants. The baby wants it. It's for the baby. It's for the baby. And blaming everything on the baby just so you have an excuse to fall back into bad habits.
Here since 6 o'clock last night.
All right, Melissa's gone into labor.
I'll be honest with you, even up until
Fuck
a
you,
year ago,
Chris. I hope you
still
get
didn't
hit
think I
by
was
a
gonna be
car
here.
and die.
I never thought I was going to give birth to my own child. I've definitely gained way more weight than I wanted to with this pregnancy. Dr. Nazan
But
said
you
something to
can
me about
lose
my
it.
weight
You've
and
lost
about
400 pounds
this is
before.
how big the baby
Losing
is, and
baby
this is
weight,
how much weight you've
you can do
gained.
it again. It won't be
That
easy,
has been very hard.
but you can do it. After 24 hours in the hospital, Melissa had to have a C-section. Makes sense. I wonder why they didn't give her an epidural.
Is this my baby?
Oh, the baby! Alona
She's so
Morris.
tiny.
Alona,
5
so
pounds, 7
cute.
ounces. I was so proud.
Oh,
That's
little
all we ever talked
baby.
about. I want to have a baby. I want to have a baby. That's the one thing I'm proudest of for her is giving me a daughter.
Aw, Alana's so cute.
Damn, look how tiny she is.
Babies kind of look like fucking aliens, though, don't they? They're really weird, kind of funky creatures. Cute, but alien.
My goal from the beginning was to have a child, but now that I have her, it's like a million times better than the expectation that I had.
Aw, I'm sure holding your baby in your arms is such a special feeling.
No fast food for you.
Aw, cute. Year 7. Okay, how much weight has she lost since the baby? She's gained weight since the baby in a year?
You have to stay here. You gotta go to school. Here, go to mom.
So she's regressing.
Love you.
Her hair is
My whole life
longer.
about being a mom. She's my
Looks
everything.
much
She's my
better.
whole
Her hair looks
reason for
much
living.
better longer. She also has very thin hair, so having it back doesn't do much for her. She should have it down most of the time. Obviously, she's just hanging at home being a mom, so like she doesn't need to have it down because
I
she's
have feared since
just
the day she was
throwing
born
it back
of her being
to
overweight.
be active with her
I can
baby.
see that she's got the builds for it, and she's got the genes for being overweight.
Yeah, it looks so much more beautiful
But
framed
my
down
number
on
one
her
is
like
for
that.
chicken.
I hope she keeps her hair
Because I want better
long
for
because
her.
it looks really good on her.
Want to ring around the rosy?
Ring around the rosy. Aw, such an active, cute
I've
little
been married
baby.
now 11 years. First 10 were good. Last one's been over 4. In the beginning, it
But
was easy because
why
I
has
was
she
fat,
not lost any
so
weight?
I dedicated my life to him. But now it's very hard. Too hard to.
Too hard.
Arms up.
Chris says he loves me all the time.
She does have a
but
lot
you
less
gotta
time to
measure
work
what
out
love
because
really
she's a
means.
mother
2
now.
years after cheating on me, I find that he's now talking to some other lady on a computer. And
I just want to talk. I just want to talk. I just want to talk to Chris. I just want to talk to Chris. I just want to talk. I just want to fucking talk. Melissa, I swear to fucking God, leave that deadbeat man. Take your child as far away from that bad influence as possible and stand up for yourself because you deserve so much fucking more. I swear to God. I understand that this was recorded 10 plus years ago, but for the love of fucking God, leave this deadbeat piece of shit immediately.
then the third one I found out was when Alana was 2 months old. When she was 2 months old.
When she was 2 months old, he's just
So
had
last time I
a
felt like I was
beautiful,
in a lot.
healthy
Because I
child,
mean, at 700 pounds,
and he's
what do you
like,
expect?
fuck this mom
But
and
he
fuck
didn't
her
even
body.
have
I'm gonna go
to
fuck
because
somebody
I
else.
was fat. He did it just recently. Now, I want him to get help. And he says, I don't need to get help. I'll just stop doing it.
No!
Did you check that meat for me?
It's not that he needs help. He needs help out the fucking door.
You like being married?
Yes. I never have not liked being married.
I fucking swear to God.
Our lease is about up on our new apartment.
Pocky is freaking out because I am
We'll have to
animated.
have separation papers drawn up.
Pocky, it's bullshit, Pocky.
I truly
It's
love you with all my
bullshit.
heart, but I don't know what I need to do.
You need to leave him. It's called a divorce. D-I-V-O-R-C-E. Leave that man.
Good morning, Miss Jackie. This is Melissa from Dr. Nowzaradan. How are you? I'm on my way to come see you. We're gonna meet with a patient who is about to have her surgery.
Okay, because she's still a patient liaison for her
That's what I
job.
love.
Good for her.
Honestly, this is what I love to do. Let's go in your kitchen. I'm gonna show you some stuff that after the surgery, I really prefer you not to have in your house. No vaudeville, no waffles. You really need to avoid the noodles at all costs.
Ramen.
I love
Pocky,
waking up and going to
I
work,
need you
doing
for
something that I
emotional
love.
support.
It just keeps me grounded. I really believe that everybody should have their chance.
Okay. Everybody except for Chris, who deserves to die in a fire.
Roll with her because I really do love her.
No, you don't.
I've always loved her.
If you loved her, you wouldn't
I'm
be
not proud of
doing
what
any of
I've
this
done.
shit, and you're
I'm
just
ashamed
saying
of
that
it.
to try and save face on
She's told
national
me
TV.
one
Go
of the main
fuck
stipulations of
yourself.
why she's still with me is that she said that if our marriage is to continue, I have to get some counseling.
Chris has been on meeting with a therapist to save his marriage. The marriage shouldn't be saved.
Have a day with mom and dad.
It's a fucking easy cop-out. It's called leave his ass.
I really mean that.
Alana and you
I will make
deserve
this
better
work.
than that piece of shit, man. If you can even call him one.
Ultimately, with all my heart, I love Chris. I want to be with him, and I think
You
that
only
marriage
want to
was
be
my
with him
fault.
because that's all you know. You don't know that you deserve better because you've been with Chris your whole life.
And not only talking, but listening on both ends. When I was losing weight,
You shouldn't stay with
I
him
really
just
wasn't
because it's
taking Chris into
convenient
account.
and just because you're used
I
to
know
it.
this journey
You should
wasn't
leave
easy
him,
for him either,
even if
but
it's
he stuck around
scary,
through everything,
even if you haven't
which means
had
a
a
lot.
lot of other relationships in the past, because it's what you deserve. You deserve better. Okay, how much weight has she lost?
My stomach's not gonna help, is it? I'm so grateful. Life is so much better.
She's lost 68 pounds. Since
214, no?
That's a big
That's
number.
good.
It's been a little bit hard to lose weight after pregnancy, but you're doing good. You almost 88%.
She's gained weight since she's been pregnant, of course, but if she can get back into Wonderland, I think she'll be really happy to be back in Wonderland again.
Check a couple things and see how you're doing.
Sometimes I look in the mirror and I think, wow, because I could see that my waist is like this big. But then sometimes I look in the mirror and I still think that I'm fat. So I still have issues.
You have done
So
well.
it sounds like she has some body
I can tell you this
dysmorphia
whole
going
journey
on
was easy.
because she'll look in the mirror and she'll
But
see
that,
herself
you know,
physically being
but it
much
wouldn't be a
bigger
lie to
than
tell
she
you it was
really
worth
is
it.
because she still has that fat girl syndrome
can
going on.
understand what it's like to
She
go from where I
can't
was
logically look in the mirror and
to where I
see
am
herself
today.
for who she is. Melissa and Chris have recommitted to their marriage and are moving into a new
living
home.
dreams. I've
Fucking
always wanted
kill
to
me
never know
now.
You ready to go to the new
I hate it here.
If it weren't for the weight loss surgery, I wouldn't still be here. Okay. I'm very appreciative of everything that I have.
Alana's adorable. Fuck you, Chris. I hope you
I
die
live
in a
life.
fire. Alright, well, unfortunately,
Life
that's
is
the
meant
end
to
of
be lived to
Melissa's
its
story.
fullest.
I don't
And that's
know
my
if
full
there's a
intention of
follow-up from
living it to
Melissa,
its
but
fullest.
if there is, I will absolutely be
home,
watching it. What a fucking roller coaster of a part 2 for Melissa. Okay, the weight loss part of it, let's talk about that real quick, because obviously that's the point of the show. Fantastic. She lost over 400 pounds from getting her bypass surgery. She became a liaison and support member for so many other bariatric patients going through Dr. Now's clinic, and she loves her job. It fulfills her. It makes her happy. She finally had a baby, which she's wanted her entire life. She's always wanted to be a mother, and that was a huge motivation for her weight loss. She was able to do all those things, even after having to struggle with a miscarriage. Let's talk about the fucking elephant in the room that needs to be shot. Fucking Chris! He's cheated on her several fucking times. Not only physically having sex with other people, but sexting other people. The flirting is already emotional cheating. The sexting is a sexual cheating, just not in physical form, but it's still a sexual cheating form. And then, of course, physically going and having sex with somebody else is the final worst part of it. They're all cheating, and they're all terrible. But he's done all of them multiple times, and she just can't, she still thinks of herself as the fat girl, and Chris is preying on her insecurities and on the fact that she still thinks of herself as fat, and it just makes my blood fucking boil, because this man is using her insecurities to trap her in a relationship. Oh, I love you, I'll be better, I'll go to counseling. He's gonna continue to cheat on her. He's done it several times throughout their entire fucking marriage. He's only going to continue to cheat on her and just find out in sneakier ways how to continue to fucking do it. He's never going to stop. Ever. And she is so desperate to have a nuclear family unit for her daughter that she's willing to stay with a horrible, horrible, horrible person that she deserves far better from in order to give that to Alana. And that is horrible. Alana would be so much better with her as a single mom fucking power unit, and Alana can just have a wonderful new dad in her life with whoever Melissa finds that's actually worthy of her and loyal to her beyond anything else. It's fucking ridiculous. I hope Chris dies in a fire, and I hate it here. So, Let me know your guys' thoughts on Melissa's part 2 of this episode down below. We are gonna watch 1,000 Pound Sisters next, and I fucking really hope that doesn't make my blood boil nearly as hard as this does, because cheating is the one fucking surefire way to get under my skin and make me angry. It grinds my gears like no other. But anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know your thoughts on this episode in the comments down below. Let a hoe know. And if you have not already, go ahead and lick that like button and subscribe, because not only does it taste delicious, but it helps us grow here on the channel tremendously. We're trying to get to 5K before the end of the year, so every single sub helps. And I would appreciate seeing you guys in the comment sections of future videos. But for now, I will stop taking up y'all's time and go ahead and let you beautiful people go. Goodbye, my lovelies.